Democrats left out in the cold. Caravan's not working. None of this is working. So if you crash the stock market, you erase all the gains, okay, out of the stock market. The next analyst will be 401k plans. What your 401k, what happened to it, okay, watch and see. All right? If you take every bit of that and then you add these bombs, 8 bombs, Democrats trying to do anything. I never thought, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I never thought that the October surprise would become as low with a scare tactic, trying to make somebody think they were going to lose their life over this election. Journalists have brought it on themselves. They've absolutely brought it on themselves. Yes, they have. The media has brought it on themselves for lying to the American people, not telling the truth, okay? They've absolutely brought it on themselves. Now, there's a couple pics here I wanted you to see. I want to take, Sam, I want to take another brief break because I want to look through a couple more pictures that I might want to bring up in the next segment. So we're going to take a brief break and we'll be right back after these messages, folks.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year and discounts are huge, but the 2018 Chevys are going fast. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson begins.
Folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. They wanted to change. Trump has done an outstanding job of running the narrative on the news. He has been able to change whatever's up there on breaking news to whatever he wants it on a daily basis. And if they have stooped to this tactic, okay, here's an article from the Washington Examiner this morning. Could the bombs that targeted Democrats win them the midterm elections? Democrats are gearing up to use attempted bomb attacks on frequent objects of President Trump's criticism, including the Clintons and former President Barack Obama, as part of their closing argument less than 2 weeks out of the midterm elections. Although Trump denounced these despicable acts, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer in New York and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi of California said his words ring hollow until he revises his statements that condone acts of violence. All right, listing his reaction to Charlottesville, praise for congressman who body slammed a reporter, description of media outlets as enemy of the people, and encouragement of fights and raucous campaign rallies as examples of coercing of the public discourse and the incitement of violent political culture. So this is what they're trying to sell this morning, okay? Business Insider, prominent conservative activists, we told you about that early, and talking heads are promoting a conspiracy theory that Democrats sent explosive devices to Clinton, Obama, and Soros. That's from the Business Insider. Many right-wing medias are promoting the conspiracy theories that the Democrats were behind several packages containing explosive devices sent by mail to top Democrats this week. Okay, prominent conservative voices like Rush Limbaugh, the popular talk radio host, and Candace Owens, a frequent Fox News guest, suggested that leftists were to blame for attempted attacks. Republicans just don't do this kind of thing, Limbaugh said. All right, so many of the right wing, including prominent voices Rush Limbaugh and Owens, Democrats this week. Limbaugh suggested on his show Wednesday, soon after reports that devices were sent to former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and former President Barack Obama, as well as CNN's New York office, that the act was committed to fuel support for Democrats 2 weeks before a midterm. It's happening in October, Limbaugh said. There's a reason for this. There is a reason for this. Now, Let me just hand up a couple more pictures that I had Sam put up. And I want to go over them. Here is number 31. Okay. Democrats pointing fingers. We all take an oath to support and defend the Constitution and protect the American people, and that is our first responsibility. And number 2, the next one, number 32. However, President Trump's words ring hollow until he revises his statement that condone acts of violence. Okay? And here's one I want to get with you. I want to put this one up, number 28, for a reason. Trump campaigns hours after bomb sent to rivals. The media acts as though they don't understand why we don't trust them, okay? All right. Remember, Trump had a campaign rally. Was it in Pennsylvania that night? I can't remember, all right? And there were people in lines. It was either Pennsylvania or Ohio. Was it in Ohio? But there were people already camping out in lines that have drove hours. And remember, Trump was so insensitive, he had a campaign rally right as Hurricane Michael came through Florida. All right. Trump continues. This was a tag on the bottom of the screen that at that time. Trump continues with campaign rally as Hurricane Michael devastates the coast. Here you go. Trump campaigns hours after bomb sent to rivals. They're trying to paint the picture that the man's so insensitive with the American people. I want to know, how many of you woke up this morning and felt, oh my God, 9/11 all over again, and you're in total fear? They are doing, let me tell you this, okay? Sam, let me tell you what's coming next. Let me look at Zuckerberg's. Let's go to number 26. This is Jeff Zuckerberg, number 26. CNN Jeff Zuckerberg. There is a total and complete lack of understanding at the White House about the seriousness of their continued attacks on the media. The president, and especially the White House press secretary, should understand their words matter. Thus far, they have shown no comprehension of that. Jeff Zuckerberg, president CNN Worldwide. They're blaming everything on Trump. Okay, I got one here. I want to make sure, and we're going to end with the Georgia governor's race. I don't know if I sent you these. I may not have. Okay, folks, next, they're getting ready to use children, okay? You're going to see a string of commercials online on the internet where children are going to beg you to vote to save their lives, to keep them safe. You're going to see children tell you, please vote to keep my health care. They're going with the children next, okay? Children are going to be used. I watched a commercial this morning where they've already using children, okay? Let me say this. I'll find the commercial tomorrow. This is, it pains me to say this, but it's so true. How many of you watched the St. Jude commercial? Okay? I'll find the commercial tomorrow for you. How many of you watched the St. Jude commercial? And how many of you watched the little guy, he's cute as can be, the little guy say, you know, something from you can help me today and help kids today. And you just get done and you say, oh my God, I got to do what I can to help these children, right? They've done that in a campaign commercial. I'm telling you, they have a little boy in the commercial. He's very cute. And you can tell he has some medical issues he's dealing with. He has some illness. And he asks you to vote to save his health care. Oh, yeah. They went and mirrored to me, and they went to the kids, and they said, what is really bringing in the money for like St. Jude? And you look at that one commercial. We all know that little boy, okay? Don't tell me you don't know him, all right? And how you can help him today and all the other kids. They've gone that low. They've gone that low. I mean, I know you're thinking, no, I see commercials in my state where they've gone lower than that, but that's about as low as you can go. Let's put up number 20. This is their hope, okay? Number 20 is the governor's race. This is a Marist poll between the 14th and the 18th. This was a poll that was done between the 14th and the 18th. And the Georgia governor's race, 49 Kemp, 47 Abrams, and Ted Metz, 4%. Okay? So Ted Metz, 4%. They're talking about a runoff now in Georgia. That is their talk right now is a possible runoff for the state of Georgia. And Laura Ingraham, media's rock star Democrat Beto, Gilliam, and Abrams about to flame out. They're trying to there's a lot of news. All right. And I know sometimes sometimes, all right, let me just say this. I know you're going to get angry at me right now, and I hope you stuck around. You say, why don't you start with this? Okay? But let me tell you this. Oh, gosh. I've tried everything to tell myself today, leave that one up for a reason. I've done everything I can to tell myself today that no, the Democrats or one of their crazy people inside or one from their mob wouldn't send, now write this down, wouldn't send these bombs to get some things off of the front page. Beto O'Rourke is dropping drastically. But who else do they need to keep on the front page in a positive way? They need to keep Gilliam down there in Florida on the front page in a positive way. So yesterday and the day before yesterday, the news, now this is not the only reason the bombs are out there, okay? If that's the case. But yesterday the news was really taking off in Florida that Gilliam might be in trouble according to the FBI. The news was taking off yesterday and it was getting some traction that Andrew Gillum, or whatever his name is, the mayor of Tallahassee, which Tallahassee and Gillum's close friend that works at the mayor's office there is under FBI investigation, that Gillum has taken the motel expenses. He took motel expenses and he took very expensive tickets to Hamilton on Broadway from an undercover FBI agent, okay? And that's picking up traction. But what do you do to get that off the front page and quiet that down? You have bombs surface, okay? Now, 2 days ago, it broke in Georgia that Stacey Abrams burned a state flag. And let me tell you something, she burned a state flag. She's been caught on tape talking about capitalism. She's tired of hearing about it. Stacey Abrams has been caught on tape talking about illegals and documented and undocumented, helping her win. She has been exposed for the New Georgia Project, and the truth about the voter registration is coming out. That's all been surfacing, and I'm telling you right now, they've been getting it off the front page. So don't, when you get to some of the national guys that have a large audience and some of the things they have to say, don't forget this. Laura Ingraham said, this was published 2 hours ago, media's rock star Democrats Beto, Gilliam, and Abrams about to flame out. The media has anointed the trio of liberal candidates as the new rock stars of the left, but the closer look shows Andrew Gilliam, Stacey Abrams, and Beto O'Rourke can barely provide elevator music. Abrams is a star in the Democrat Party, gushed MSNBC's Chris Hayes discussing the Georgia gubernatorial candidate. Gilliam brings something. Gilliam brings something. He brings energy. He brings passion. He's a star, raved NBC's News' Chuck Todd, discussing the Tallahassee mayor running for governor of Florida. You're a rock star. You're a rock star, ABC News reporter Paula Ferris told O'Rourke, the Texas Democrat congressman trying to unseat Ted Cruz. No, you really are. You can't go anywhere without getting noticed. But in the final weeks of the campaigning, we are learning more about all three that should give the voters in their retrospect states reason to question nonstop hype. So let's start with Gilliam. Text messages reveal accepted a hotel room, tours, and tickets to a Broadway show, Hamilton, from real estate developers without even disclosing the gifts. The problem was the developers were undercover FBI agents. Okay? All right. Gilliam's Republican opponent, Ron DeSantis, confronted him at their debate asking, hey, where is a simple, hey, did you pay for the Hamilton tickets? All right. Now, let me see if I can get to the next one. I want to get down to the next one. Now let's move on to the governor's race in Georgia, where video footage of gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams surfaced showing her and others on the steps of the Georgia Capitol burning the state flag in protest. Abrams sought to explain away the flag torching as a youthful indiscretion inspired by her desire to take on racism. 26 years ago, as a college freshman, I, along with other Georgians, including the governor of Georgia, were deeply disturbed by the radical divisiveness of the emblem that was embedded in the state flag with that Confederate symbol. Okay, so she is now their Super Beto. All right. Then there is Super Beto, the more properly Robert O'Rourke, okay, who has become a Democrat manatee idol, immortalized in Clark Kent style mural. He skateboards. He once played guitar in some sort of band. He is about to get clobbered. In 1998, when Beto was 26, he was drinking under the influence, struck another car, and attempted to flee the accident. He has since tried to soft pedal the arrest. I did not try to leave the scene of the accident through drunk driving, which I did is a terrible mistake for which there is no excuse or justification or defense. I will not try to provide one, okay? So the arresting officer who wrote in a police report at the time the driver attempted to leave the accident but was stopped by a witness must have been lying. These guys are dropping like they are nosediving, okay? The Democrat blue wave is gone. You've got guys like Donnie Deutsch, on MSNBC, an ad campaign man that wrote the blue wave. They came up, they thought they had a tag word. They can't beat Trump. They can't beat Trump. Trump will stand on the stage, and when he walks away, the people are saying something for days. They can't beat him. They came up with blue wave. Blue wave started to trickle out. It didn't work, okay? Kavanaugh did not work. The attacks did not work. It energized Republicans. Now the Democrats are seeing that where they need to be leading in early voting, Republicans are blowing away the polls with early voting, and it's historical right now what it's looking like. Georgia and everywhere, Republicans are really picking up the pace. They are energized. They're coming out, and they are in total fear that every rock star, they had John Ossoff, every rock star they've ever had come up in the last little bit keeps falling by the wayside because the Democrat Socialist Party, the American people and the people in these states do not want. Watch and see. So it's falling away, and this is what they have to revert to. They have to make an attempt. This is their attempt, my opinion, okay? This is their attempt, my opinion, of the trying to get sympathy. To them, this morning was 9/11. And I think they got a problem, because I don't know if you looked at it as being 9/11. But they're trying to bring the stock market down. They're trying to make sure in the next 7 days that on a daily basis they can do everything they can to give you bad news about Donald Trump, bad news about something in this country. And God, if they could have just got one to detonate, I know that's terrible. So why do the headlines not read today? Why do they not read today, Donald Trump saves Barack Obama's life? I do not know. But thereafter, the President of the United States, they don't realize he has to take responsibility for himself. When will the media step up and take responsibility for them as far as what they've done and the lies they've told the American people? I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a brief break. Now, don't forget, we talked about this earlier. October is bullying. How do I say? I got to get it right so I can read it. National Bullying Prevention Month is October. Okay, and we have a special segment. We have a special segment with Dr. David Markwell, and Dr. David Markwell is from the Ridgeline Counseling in McKaysville. We have a special segment with him today, and so we're going to take a brief break, and we're going to come back and talk to Dr. David Markwell. Take us to breaks.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
The model year in clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year and discounts are huge, but the 2018 Chevys are going fast. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, joining us now on the phone is Dr. David Markwell, Ridgeline Counseling. Dr. Markwell, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Brian. How are you?
A little cold in North Georgia right now. We're getting the fall we asked for and we expect this time of year, so it's a little cool. Dr. Markwell, we're talking bullying this morning. That's our subject for the day. And before we get started, let me lay a couple things out. I mean, I'm not going to give my age away. Some know that, but at my age when we were kids, the bully was someone that pushed you down on the playground. And I'm, not that it was okay, but, that's what, when I hear bullying sometimes, but bullying has changed over the years. Can you just describe what bullying actually is and some of the different things now in 2018 we experience that we did not when, as I remember pushing somebody down on the playground? Not myself, Dr. Markwell.
Right. Well, no, actually, you're right, Brian. That bullying has changed quite a bit over the years. One, as you mentioned, it was maybe a kid that wasn't always larger than us, but would push us down on the playground or ask us for our lunch money, those kind of things. In Georgia, there's some standards about bullying. Basically, it involves like a willful, intentional attempt, like to threaten someone or to inflict injury on another person. It actually has to do with trying to create a sense of fear in someone else, and that's what differentiates it sometimes between bullying and teasing. Now, I know teasing can sometimes go too far, but bullying has more of that, I'm going to try to create a sense of threat and harm and fear in this other person, and teasing could be friends teasing each other, and again, as I mentioned, sometimes that can go a little too far, but there's definitely a difference between the two. And one major change that's happened over the last several years is that bullying has taken a different turn with regard to cyberbullying. And you read, a person can read on a regular basis about a lot of young people, tragically, who take their own lives, not because they're being pushed down on the playground or those types of things, but very often the cyberbullying that's going on, where someone will hijack a person's for example, Instagram or Facebook account, and then will, make comments as if it's that person, or they'll make comments to them. So it definitely has changed over time. You're correct.
Well, let me ask you a question, because just maybe to elaborate a little on the cyberbullying, young people are living in, the dynamics are just extremely different today in the internet world and the social media world that they are living in. Now, I, for one, do not understand the bullying side of that, but I know of tragic stories that have happened. How do parents pick up on that if a child's not sharing with them that they're being bullied? I mean, what are some of the things to watch for as parents, and some of the things that are taking place? And I guess I don't know any other way to ask it. What happens with the kid, the children inside, that they get into a place where they commit suicide or something like that? Because we hear this happening.
Exactly. And sometimes there is a thought, and a lot of times it's, I guess, those of us who are in the older generation, we will sometimes look at it and say, well, how can something that's written online or sent through a text message, through a Facebook post, how can something like that that's simply written create such an atmosphere and an environment that a child would want to try to, consider taking their own life, or not want to go to school or whatever? But I think that's a part of, as you mentioned, the new dynamic that we're living in nowadays. For kids, what I usually will try to encourage them to do definitely is not give their passport out to their friends, not to share information with regard to their accounts and those kind of things, because very often that information is hacked. And then the other part is, it's a very common practice now that some people will set up, like for example on Facebook, a false profile about a kid, and will copy and paste pictures as if it's that kid. Like in this case, it would be, I would set up a false profile with your name and face, but I would write things and include things on there that would garner, negative attention toward you. And very often that's very difficult for the child to, combat. And so for parents, it's definitely important to always, communicate with your kids. For a lot of the parents that I see, they actually have kind of an open policy where the kids need to or must provide like the login information, not because the parents are trying to restrict, but just simply to have some more access so they can have awareness as to what's being done, the same as with like texting. And the other thing that sometimes is helpful is that, for kids who are being bullied, is to not suffer silently. Maybe talk to an adult, a parent, someone that they can trust. And the issue is that very often, it's like the old saying is, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And that's not really true. Definitely we're seeing that nowadays in the cyberbullying, that words do hurt.
Well, let me ask you this, because you said something that caught my ear, suffering silently. At Ridgeline Counseling, what are some of the, are these some of the number one things that you deal with on a daily basis when it comes to bullying? And are these some of the things that people bring to Ridgeline Counseling that you discuss on a daily basis?
Among the counselors that we have there, we do counseling, of course, with families and parents and also children. And it is common. I won't say on a daily basis, but it is common that we'll have high school students, junior high students. In fact, one study that I saw is that here in Georgia, about 3 years ago, they did a survey called the Georgia Student Health Survey, and they asked them questions about being bullied and being teased. And sixth grade students were the ones that reported that they were most likely being bullied, picked on, or being teased at school. And so it does go down. It's not just a high school thing anymore. It actually goes down into the lower grades. But a lot of kids will come in and they have a lot of anxiety. They feel kind of helpless in a way because it's not just, as you said earlier, Brian, when there's a kid that pushes you down on the playground, you know who that person is. But sometimes in the cyberbullying, you don't know who that other person is on the other side. That's the anonymous source. It could be one or several different people who may be a part of that. And so that creates a lot of anxiety for kids. And then on top of it, and this is connected somewhat to cyberbullying, but there's a lot of issues, of course, with sexting and those kind of things where a person may be liking someone and they think that they're sending something, a picture of themselves that they think only that person is going to keep, and then what happens is it's actually shared with more people, and in many ways it becomes even a bullying technique for that.
Well, you know, I have been to presentations on exactly that issue that is actually starting to happen in middle school, believe it or not, that early, and someone sends somebody a picture thinking they're talking to their friend, and you know, and then the next thing you know, that picture is used in a form of bullying. I have two more questions before we go, because we're going to be talking, we're going to be focusing next week on depression, but cyberbullying or bullying in general, and depression and suicide. What are, again, I want to go back to it because I have a personal situation where a friend dealt with suffering silently. And what are some of the signs for us out here that maybe we can pick up, that whether it's even an adult that's being bullied, a child in school or whatever, suffering silently, what are some of the signs that we could look for?
As a parent or even as a trusted adult, let's say, for example, a school administrator or a teacher, what you want to look for is if you have a child and there's certain behaviors that all of a sudden begin to change. Like, it's kind of a notable thing that with depression, that's where a person begins, for example, to lose interest in things that used to bring them pleasure, things that they used to get enjoyment out. They no longer seem to find that same sense of enjoyment. Now, that's not the same as if a child is big into video games and then they go to computer games. It means like if a child loved playing certain types of video games, then all of a sudden lost complete interest in that. Or school activities. If school used to be something that they had no hesitancy about attending, or grades, and then all of a sudden now you're noticing that there's some hesitancy, maybe complaints of stomach aches or headaches, a reluctance of going to school or being involved. That definitely can be some of the things that you're wanting to look for, because it's kind of like the parents and administrators and counselors have to be on the alert. There is a theory, and we can discuss it some further date, is that there's a theory that sometimes the zero tolerance for bullying has actually created a deeper issue with bullying, because what's happening is the bullying has gotten more deceptive and like undercover, and that in itself, they believe, has tried to create or has created an environment where even bullying has been amplified.
You know, where we started at, you know, when I was growing up, you know, we have the movies and we have the TV shows, and it all you know, focused on the school bully. I mean, you know, when I was in school, we had the bully, and we all knew who the bully was, and it was the school bully, and we didn't have a lot of them. It seemed like you had one. What has changed? What has happened to where this is such an issue now, and it's grown to the level that it is a lot of discussion on a daily basis through schools, different programs and stuff like that. What do you think has happened throughout the years that we are where we're at now?
I think it's what you mentioned earlier, and we talked about, is that because of the changing in bullying, for example, there were a couple of movies, I think they've done a couple of remakes of them. One of them was called Mean Girls, and there's the whole theory that there's this over-the-top, not physical bullying, but more along the lines of just like trashing a person's reputation or trying to create like isolation of other people and so forth. And so, as you said, usually there may have been one or two bullies in school many, many years ago, and it was very easy to know who they were. But nowadays, because of the electronics, the game, all that kind of information, like the Facebook and the Instagrams and the Snapchats and all those kind of things, it's created more of a deceptive way that people can bully, first of all, without even being known. Versus when the teacher could see someone pushing you down or me down on the playground, easy to identify that bully. It's less likely to be able to sometimes to identify who's doing it nowadays, and it's easier. I know that's difficult to say, but it is easier to bully people nowadays.
Dr. Markwell, any final comment on bullying, our subject today, that before you leave, that you wanted to make sure you shared with our guest?
Well, October is considered National Bullying Prevention Month, and so I know there's a lot of information currently through the school systems and also on the internet. You can do some searching. There's a lot of emphasis now on that right now, a lot of helpful. At Ridgeline Counseling, we're more than happy if anybody wants to get in touch with us. We're more than happy to talk with them about some other circumstances. For kids who are being bullied, I always encourage them, to try to stay, for example, around a group of people in safe places, and then definitely not, as I mentioned to you earlier, not to suffer silently, but to actually speak up and talk to someone.
Thank you, Dr. Markwell. I appreciate you being on with us and discussing this serious subject. You have a nice day, sir. Okay, we've been on the line with Dr. David Markwell. Dr. David Markwell is with Ridgeline Counseling. His phone number is there on the screen, 706-314-8807, if you'd like to contact him. Our subject today is bullying. Next week, our subject will be depression. I'm your host, BKP, and we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan to stuffed crust and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.